Welcome everyone, this is Gwydion, and this is episode 2 of my playthrough of Sunfall RPG. And I really enjoyed my first episode. I just had to take a couple weeks off due to some life events, but I'm back and I'm going to try to keep going with this. So one thing I'm going to test a little bit, and I'll drop a link in the description, but I'm going to keep a log in Legend Keeper. So if anyone wants to go back and see like a quick recap of what happened and follow some of the plot and characters, you can. No need to, but that just might be interesting. So if you want to catch up on what happened last time, you can watch the first episode, which I'll drop a link to now. Okay, so I've explored a fair bit of the Canyon Valley, and I think where I'm going to go to next is the Snake Bite Path. And if I remember right, it basically, I'm at like a certain level of elevation, and there's a set of worn stairs that wind up from the plateau, and it looks like the coiled scales of an enormous serpent. So that sounds fun, right? What could happen there? What could possibly go wrong? So let's go there. All right. The stepped pathway leads you high into the mountains, where ash is soon joined by snow, the ground underfoot becoming slippery with frost-slick sludge. A fierce and biting wind batters against you with every step, as if some malign force has set its will against you. Nevertheless, you press onwards with grim determination, the path winding through tight ravines and along narrow ledges. After what seems like an age, the steps finally break at the foot of a steep slope that rises to meet an edifice of icy rock. A natural break provides a means of passing inside the mountain. As you approach, your attention is suddenly caught by movement to your right. You spin, fearing some deadly predator, only to be surprised by the sight of a young boy standing atop a rime-frosted boulder. He is clad in furs and leather, his bright eyes peering out from a close-cropped fringe. The boy beckons to you, then turns and hurries away. Only then do you notice the shimmering aura around him and strange translucence to his body. A ghost, perhaps? Ugh. So I can either enter the mountainside or follow the boy into the whirling snow? That sounds a little sketch. I don't know. I'm tempted to follow the boy. Before the mountains will be there, but the boy may not. You know what? Why not? We didn't come here to paint. We came here to explore. So let's do it. The boy seems impervious to the bitter elements, setting a grueling pace as he sprints over rocks and slick slopes of scree. He leads you ever higher into the mountains, where the mist starts to coalesce, obscuring the path in a dreamlike haze. Despite your frustrated calls, the boy pays you no heed, only occasionally glancing back to check that you still follow. To your alarm, the ground ahead vanishes into a sheer drop, but the boy does not slow. He takes a reckless leap, lands on a stub of rock that juts from the mountainside. Barely slowing, he leaps again, somehow reaching the next broken remnant of what looks like a carved staircase. He continues onwards, hopping from one precarious stone to the next, until the mist and snow swallow him from view. Oh, man. Why not? I've come this far. I'm going to keep following the boy, man. This could be my end. Let's do it. You cast aside nervous doubts and sprint for the edge, hoping that your speed and strength will be enough to make the dangerous crossing. Attempt the following challenge test by rolling 2 dice and adding your agility bonus. So, okay. So I'm going to do 2d6. My agility bonus, you can see in the top up here, is +2. So let's go. Come on. 2d6 +2. 11. So that's 13. Awesome. I didn't have the athletics talents. I only have celestial lore. Apologies if it is a little bit out of focus, but all good. So I'm successful. So turn to 248. Having completed the frightening gauntlet of broken stones, you find yourself on solid ground once again. Up ahead, the mist part, blown into tattered tendrils by a chill wind. that howls with mournful insistence. A rocky plateau is revealed, dominated by the shattered remains of a stone hall. 3 broken walls rear skyward, the roof completely gone, exposing the tumble-down interior into the elements. As you trudge closer, you notice 3 stone cairns set off to the side, 2 large and 1 small, perhaps markers for the graves of 2 adults and a child. There is a heavy feeling of solemn sadness, one that you find difficult to shake, your senses prickling with a newfound uneasiness. Sure enough, some residue of dread begins to manifest, the mist slowly reforming into a towering shape, a guardian bound to this desolate place. 2 mighty limbs extend from a whirling body of cloud, a mouth forming at its center to emit an eldritch screech. Desperately, you ready your weapon as the elemental surges forward, clearly viewing you as unwanted trespassers. It is time to fight. Okay, let me make some notes here in my tracker. Combat. So I'll try to do it right here, and we're going to say Sorrow, Squall, and we're going to start with, we'll just do the stats. Defense 8, Armor 1. Oh, this isn't good. Health 30. You may wish to read the section status effects and rules some more. Oh, great. And I do have something I feel like that will get rid of the frost. I have the blood oil, I think. No. Blaze tonic. Remove all frost counters. That's good. So, all right. So I can either... so he does just a random D6. So I guess let's start there. This is going to be tricky. I don't remember if I can run away. If you are victorious, if you are defeated, you may repeat the combat or replace your existing entry so you can return at a later time. All right, well, let's do it, man. Let's start it. So we're going to roll a d6 to see what his first entry is. It's a 1, so that's Wind Fists. So I can parry, evade, or damage. And you know what? I'm going to keep my counter here as well. So I'm going to do we'll say evade left. Because I only get free evades up to my agility modifier. So I have 2 free evades. I can't evade the Grave Gale, and Cold Dread is really hard. You know what? The only way I'm going to be able to beat this thing is if I parry. So let's parry. And let's see. Oh, I guess I'll activate Wind. That's the only thing I can use. So we'll say Wind is activated. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Okay, good. I'm back. I need to remember to click on this. And so I've got +1 armor. Oh, I need to decide, do I use the Bone Spear or do I use the Heart-Seeking Dagger? I felt like I got more, but maybe not. So let's just do Invading Reach. 2 hands. I don't have anything else so maybe I do... Let's do the 2-handed weapon. I mean, I get to choose which one. We're going to start with the 2-handed weapon, and I'm going to pause for a second because I want to look up what these 2 things do for the Bone Spear. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am going to use, I did kind of clean up my tracker a little bit to show the combat and try to get you to read it a little. It's not perfect, but it's going to work. And I am using the Bone Spear. I decided I'm going to use Piercing because Piercing does cost 3 stamina, and I have to remember to track that here. But by doing that, I do get a +1 to hit, and I get... Sorry, I don't get a +1 to hit, apologies. I get to ignore one point of armor, and then I do 1d6 of damage. And given he has 1 armor, I think that's a good reason to use that. So let's go. So I'm going to try to evade. I need a 1d6, and I get a +2. Sorry, jeez. I rolled 2d6. I need to beat an 8, and I get a +2 because my agility is +2. So let's go. 7 + 2 is 9. So equal to a seed. I'm good. So I do hit, and now I need to roll damage. on, or no, wait, gosh, I always forget this. Sorry, I usually jump right back. So my parry succeeded. I don't take the damage, but now I need to roll an attack. So I do need to roll 2d6 again, and I need to get over his defense value, which is an 8. So I need to do 2d6 plus my might, I believe. They're all +2 right now, so it doesn't matter. So let's go. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 2 is, 5. And I needed a, defensive 8. So I do not, doesn't work. So let's on to round 2. So let's roll 1d6 and see what he does. He does it too, so he does the same thing, win fix. I'm going to keep doing my parry, and I already forgot. My stamina goes from 10 to 7. This is going to be a tough fight, man. I think... Is there anything else? I don't even know if I should be doing this. I don't remember if I can run away. I might have to look. Oh, this is painful. I wonder if I can use blood oil. Give a combat move bleed for 1 combat. I might have to look that up, but you know what? Let's keep going for now. He's going to do Wind Fist. Let's just keep this for the moment. So 2d6 to parry. Let's do the parry. Ooh, gosh, that scared me. 7 plus 2 is 9. So I succeeded my parry. Let's see if I can attack him now and succeed. And straight up attack, I need to get an 8. So same 2d6 plus 2. 10, so that's 12. That hits. Now I do 1d6. I get to ignore his 1 point of armor. So it's a straight up 1d6. 2. Ugh. So I'm going to track that down here. But that's not... This is not feeling like a good use for me. 28. And I haven't taken anything yet, but I certainly could soon. I'm going to look up, I won't do it on camera, jeez. I'm going to look up the blood oil and see what that does. Okay, so I did look up blood oil. I should have started that and started with that. I am going to use it. So I am going to mark this down to 1. It doesn't take an action for me. And what it does is it gives me the ability, it says for a combat move. So I guess I'm going to assume, I don't know if my move is just the bone spear, but I'm going to keep doing the piercing. So I think even if it's just one of those, I'm going to use it for the piercing. And what it means is whenever I do damage, it looks like, whenever I do damage, it applies 6 points of damage. Or sorry, I can track it. And then once I've hit it and done damage, I add a bleed token for each time I'm successful hitting it. And then once I get to 6, it does 6 points of bleed damage. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to track that on a separate sheet, but I'm going to say I've applied that. And now we'll start that tracking. So anyway, let's keep going and we'll see. We'll do a 1d6 and see what this thing does. A 1. Okay. Still a Wind Fist. So I'm going to keep trying to parry. Let's parry. All right. We're successful with our parry. So now we're going to like try to pierce it back. I'm using this bone spear and trying to jab it into this spirit. And let's see if we can beat his... All right, we do. So we're past his defense. So now we roll our damage. 2 points of damage. Okay, we're nicking away at it. I don't feel like I'm doing a ton. But that's down to 26. And on my own screen, I'm going to add 1 bleed token. Or I guess 1 bleed tracker or status. So I know that I've got that. So let's keep going. So what does he do? I'm nervous. 6. Oh, this isn't good. Cold Dread. If this ability hits, apply 2 frost counters. Oh, God. So I have a 9 to parry or 6 to evade. This feels like one I need to evade. So I'm going to take away one of my evades down to 1. And I hope that music isn't too loud. I'm going to turn it down just a touch. Hopefully that's better. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to use my evade, so I need to get a 6. So come on. Come on, 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Oh, just evade. So I don't need to worry about the damage or the frost counters, thank God. All right, so the only thing I did there is evade, so I can't strike back. So now we need to go back to see what he does. So he does is that a 4? Shoot. Oh, no, good. Still Wind Fist. So I'm going to try to parry it. He's like trying to buffet me with these fists that are just purely made of spiritual wind, I guess. 12. Awesome. Or 10 plus 2 is 12. So I do parry it. I'm able to use my bone spear and somehow like knock his fists out of the way. Let's see if I can hit him. 6 plus 2, 8. Awesome. I get his damage, so I'm going to roll 1d6 of damage. 4? Yes. 4 points of damage. That's good. Knocks him down to 22, and I get my second bleed counter. So that's good. I'm tracking that again on my own screen. I'm using a product called Overseer Studio. That's like a DM screen digital, which I really like. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's see what the Sorrow Squall does. 3, still doing the Wind Fist. So come on, man. Let's see if I can parry that. I do. I'm successful in my parry, knock him away. And I'm going to see if I can get above that defense. 8, yes. 10 points. And so let's do our 1d6. 1 point of damage, no. So I'm down to 21. But I am up to 3 bleed counters. That's awesome. And what does he do now? 5. Ooh, Grave Gale. So I can't parry this one. I'm gonna move this up on my screen a little bit so you can see it. So sorry, what I've been looking at is this Sorrow Squall table, and because I rolled a 5, I'm in Grave Gale. So the only thing I can do is evade and shoot. I need to retcon something. And it's a big one. So let's see. How many have I done? I think I've attacked 3 times. So my stamina, I hope that's right, should be down to 1. My mistake. So I'm not going to have to look that up again. And I know I'm going to leave myself open. But I don't think I have much else that I can do. Yeah, I'm going to have to see. So I'm going to have to evade. So evade. So that puts me down to 0. I'm sorry, I'm still screwing up this combat. But I think I'm good now. Just got to remember all this stuff. Because if I have 3 bleed counters, I think that means I hit it 3 times. The first time, yeah, maybe that's 4 then. Because I think one time, no, maybe I hit them all. I think I missed, but I did parry. I think this is the 4th. I think I'm actually. We'll have to see. Let's evade, and then I might just have given myself 1 extra. But let's keep going. Didn't mean to do that. 5 plus 2 is 7, so I do evade. But now I'm down to 0 evades, and that means I'm gonna have to look up. Evade does cost stamina, so I think now. In this next round, let's see what he does. 6. Oh, God. So, Cold Dread, I definitely have to evade, but I can't. So, I'm going to look up what happens if I don't have enough stamina to evade. Okay, so a bit of good news, and again, I might have given myself 1 extra attack, and if I did, I apologize. But I am able to evade. It costs 1 stamina point and 1 spirit point. So I'm going to go down to 0 stamina. So that means at the end of this round, I'll be prone and defenseless, which is no bueno. But at least I can try to evade. So I'm going to try to evade the Cold Dread. See what I do. I really hope that works. 9, 10, 11. Great. So I evade the Cold Dread, and that round is over. But now I am prone. And the way that works is I'm defenseless. So the attack of the opponent automatically hits. I can't parry or evade it. So let's do that first and see what happens. We'll roll 1d6 to see what it's going to do. 2, thank God. So it's going to do 5 damage to me automatically. So I'm going to go into my character sheet here, and I'm going to scroll down a bit so you can see this. Scroll down to about right there. So my current health goes down to 15. This might not be good at all. So I go down to 15, and what else? And then, so I can't make any actions. Recovery. Once that defenseless round ends, which it just did, I get 6 stamina back. Wow, that's still not great. Plus an additional 1 stamina for every point of my will. So I have 2 points in will. So that goes up to 8. And then, let's see, I think that's it. And I might look up one other thing. I'm going to look up my wind bullets. Okay, we're going to keep going. So I'm up. I've got 8 stamina left and 9 spirit. So let's see what it does this round. 3. So I've got to keep parrying. And at least that doesn't cost anything. So let me parry. 6, 7, 8. Thank God. I parry. So now the way I interpret wind bullets, and this could be wrong, is it does cost 3 spirit. So I'm going to take that cost. Well, let me wait until I guess I hit, I think. So let's see if I can hit this thing with my piercing. 9, excellent, I hit. So the way I understand it, at least the way I'm reading it, it's just a buff. So I think I get +6 there. I don't think I need to roll an additional to hit. So now I'm out of these wind bullets. So I think I'm just going to delete that. But I get to add +3 to this damage is how I read it. So I do my 1d6 piercing. And again, I get to negate his 1 armor. So let's roll 1d6. 5, that's good. +3 is 8. So he is down to 13. And he's got 4 bleed. Sorry that I just moved that, but I'll get it back. So, okay. So 2 more bleed tokens, and I can at least add 6 to my damage. Or no, give him 6 bleed. I'll have to figure out when that triggers. So, all right, we're on. Let's see. Hold on. So I have 8 stamina, but I just got to remember this. I just used my piercing strike with the bone spear. So that costs 3, so I'm down to 5. Okay. All right, so let's roll his 1d6. It's fun combat. 1. So again, I'm going to try to parry again. Come on. 8. Okay, I succeeded my parry. See if I can hit him. Let's clear that table, make it look a little nicer. See if I can hit him. 5 plus 2 is 7. Is that right? No, is that right? I don't think I get anything more. Yeah, but that does cost my stamina. So I'm down to 2 stamina. And we go on to the next round. I don't get to add my bleed token, so I'm going to look up. I keep looking these things up, but I don't want to waste your time. But I want to see if I only have 2 stamina, can I attack? Like, something has to give. So I'm going to look that up. Okay, found out something useful that I'd totally forgotten about. And that is, if I scroll down on my character sheet for you, there are default combat actions, which I forgot about. So I can do a basic attack for 1 stamina, and that on a hit it deals 1d3 damage, but importantly, it ignores armor, which is great. Or I can do concentration, where you make an attack roll with will, and on a hit, you restore 2 spirit or 1 stamina. So I'm going to remember that. So for now, I'm back in the new round, and I'm going to roll 1d6 to see what he does. 6. Oh, shoot. So I have to evade. I just have to. So I'm going to do, it's not free, so I am going to take 1 stamina, which puts me down to 1, and 1 spirit, which puts me down to 5. Oh, that's not good. And I will, let's see, I'll roll to evade. Okay, thank God. Oh no, I did, good. 7. 5 plus 2 is 7, so I do evade. So now what do I do? I guess my two options here are I can do a basic attack. He's got 13 health left. It's not going to do any bleed damage, but I can do a basic attack with my 1 left, and I'll go to 0, which isn't good, but I think that's my best option because I've got to keep the bleed going for this guy. So I think rather than try to restore something, I just do a basic attack, leave myself open, which isn't great. So we'll go to 0. We'll do a basic attack, so 2d6 plus my might. So let's do that. Come on, please. Oh, I thought that was a 2 and a 1. So I do hit, and then I do a 1d3. So you know what? I'm just going to roll a d6, and then one, the standard trope for what is a 1, 2, or 3. So a 4, so that's going to be a 2 damage, which takes him down to 11. But unfortunately now I've left myself, I did everything I could, but I left myself wide open for this next attack. So please, God, don't let this be, a 5. That's not good. So he automatically hits. He does 4 damage. Does Grave Gale do anything else? No. Good. I think it's just red on my screen because I can't parry it, I think. So now my health goes down to 11. That's 4 points, right? But then I get back, what did I say? I need to go back and look at my notes. I'm not going to take this off screen yet, but let me look and say stamina recovery, 6 stamina points plus 1. Okay, so yeah, I get 8 stamina points back. So let's go back to 8. But then he gets right back and he gets to attack, right? Like, I don't get to do anything. I just get those back as I understand it. Okay. Blood oil, blaze tonic. Okay, let's keep going. So he's going to roll a d6. What does he do? A 3. So Wind Fist. Come on, Perry. Let's do this. 5 plus 2 is 7. No. No, so my parry fails. And he does 5 damage. I'm down to 6 health. I'm almost dead here. That didn't cost me anything because I didn't even get the chance to attack. So what does he do next? 5. So again, all I can do is evade. God dang it. So let's evade. I gotta remember so I don't forget. Stamina down to 7. Spirit down to 6. And do my evade. 6 plus 2 is 8. I do evade. On to the next round. I really need to hit him here. Come on. 1 to a 4 is what I need. Okay. So it's Wind Fist. I've got to parry. Come on, man. Let's parry this bad boy. 4 plus 2 is 6. Damn it. So I take 5 damage. I'm down to 1. I'm going to lose this and have to reset. Most likely. I don't know what else I can do there. So, all right, let's just keep going. And we'll see what he does. Oh, wait. I think I did that right. All right, let's do it. What's he going to do? 4. I have to get this parry in. I just have to. I wish there was like a inspiration or something. 8 and 10, yes. I parry. Now I've got to hit. Come on. Gotta hit. So I need to get past his defense. So I need an 8. Yes, 10. So 1 more bleed token. Before I forget, he's got 5. I'm almost at the bleed. And I am going to do, what is it again? 1d6 of damage, avoid his armor. So 2 points of damage. So he's down to 9 health. I'm down to 1 health. And what? I've got 7 stamina. Did I do that right or no? No, I didn't. I need to take my stamina down by 3 to 4. I feel like I'm cheating. Maybe not. Actually, maybe I got that right. All right, so this is huge. What does he do now? Please be a 1 through 4. Oh no, a 5. So I have to evade. I can't take 3 damage. So this goes down to 3. My spirit goes down to 5. And yeah. And so I've got to evade. This has to work. 5 plus 2 is 7. I evade. Thank God. All right. Oh, Jesus. This is nerve wracking. So 1 to 4. It just has to be that or I'm done. 6. 6. Ugh. Evade again. So I'm down to 2 stamina. 4 spirit. It's not good. I'm feel like I'm toast. Come on. Let's do this. Let's at least evade, fight another day. 10. So I did evade him. But I can't attack because I evaded. So, all right. Got to have a 1 to 4, man. Got to have a 1 to 4. Okay. So now I can parry, but then I'd have to do a basic attack. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to. I've got to parry. And I don't. I'm not successful. So this Wind Fist buffets me, and I'm down. I'm down. Ugh. So if you're defeated, you may repeat the combat or replace your existing entry number for Snakebite Path with this entry number, 248, so you can return here at a later time. I've gone a half hour. That was pretty short, but I don't want to run through combat again with you, I don't think. So I'm torn here. You know what? Maybe now that I've got this, I think I'm going to try one more time. I know it's odd, but that's how the game works. So I'm going to reset everything. And you know what? I'm going to reset off camera, and then we're going to try one more time before I call this. So I will be back. Okay. I know this is odd, but it's a game book, so it does tell me that I can repeat the combat. So I reset everything. I think I got it all right, and I think I can change my strategy just a bit this time. And hopefully I've learned something. So, you know, I don't always like that, the ability, like not any real consequence, but I don't know. For this game, for Sunfall, it feels more like exploration, so I'm okay with it. So we're gonna try this one more time, and if it fails or if I succeed, I think I'll call the stream at that point, or the video. So let's go. So 1d6, what does it do? It does a 4 Wind Fist. I'm gonna parry that and hold up my spear and try to fight that off, which I do. And now I'm going to see if I can attack it and see if I can take it out, or not take it out, but see if I can at least knock into it a little bit. And I'm going to use my blood oil right away. So that's going to go down to 1. So that's going to go down to 1. And so I'm always going to use my piercing so I can get through his defense. But I do need to make sure right away I take off 3 stamina, because that's what it takes for my piercing. So let's do that, and let's see if I can beat see if I can get through his defenses. 9, so yes, I do, and I do 1d6 of damage. Oh, of course. I do 1 damage, sorry about that. I do 1 damage, so it takes him to 29, but it does give it a bleed token. So I need to stop centering that. I need to figure out how to, let me see if I can figure that out quickly. I don't want to center it. All right, let's see if that'll work. Okay. So did the point of damage. All right, we're back to the next round. Let's do this. 1. All right, we're going to parry, of course. We're going to parry. 7 plus 2 is 9. Yep, so I'm able to parry. So let's go ahead and try to attack him. And I think your stamina costs stamina no matter whether or not you hit, I assume. I'm sure it does to attack. So this is trying to attack him. 11 plus 2, great. So I hit. So I'm going to do the bleed token. Did that. So now he's up to 2, or tracker, sorry, counter. So he's up to 2 bleed. I'm going to use my wind bullets, so that's going to get rid of them. And that's going to cost me 3 spirit. So that's spirits down to 7. But now let's roll the damage. I do 6 plus 3 is 9. So he's down to 20. It's going better, but I'm still think this is going to be a super tough fight. So, all right. So that's good, but I'm down to 4 stamina. So let's roll what his attack is. A 2. All right. We're going to keep parrying, man. I'm going to parry as much as I can. So see if we can parry. Yes, I parry. All right. So that's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and do, I got to get that bleed going. I know it's going to cost me here, but let's do it. So that's going to take me down to 1. And yeah. And let's go ahead and see if we can get by his defense. 8. Yes, we do. So we're going to get that 1d6. My wind bullets are gone. So 5. That's good. And more importantly, we got 3 damage bleed trackers on him. And it does 5 points of damage. So he's down to 15. So he's down to 15. And let's see what he does. 2. All right. I'm going to keep parrying, man. I want to be able to attack him. So let's parry this bad boy. Come on. 5, 7. No, I don't parry, so I take 5 damage. Shoot. But I think whether you parry successfully or not, so that's down to 15, whether you're successful or not on your parry, I still think I can attack. Yeah, I wouldn't take the damage. I'm pretty sure. So unfortunately, the only option I have, I don't want to do the stamina recap, so I'm going to do the basic attack. So 2d6, I need to get over his 8. I do. So 1d3. So let's make sure we do that. So we're going to roll the 1d6. 1. So that's a 1. So he's down to 14 health. And now this is going to hit no matter what. So this is going to be painful. This is going to be painful. So what does he do? 6. Oh no. Cold Dread. So that's a 3 damage. So from that perspective, not quite as bad. However, 3 damage. So let me go down to 12. So I'm going to track on my condition sheet. I add 2 frost counters. So at 6, it has an effect, but I'm going to hold that for now because I do have Blaze Tonic, and that removes all frost counters. So I'm going to wait a bit. So now I get to go back and say, okay, I get 8 stamina back. And yeah, I think that's it, right? 8 stamina back. I'm pretty sure that's right. But now we're back at the top of the round. See what he does? 5, shoot. All I can do is evade, so that's going to cost me 1 of each. Down to 7 and 6. Please evade this. Please, please, please evade this. I do. All right. So I don't take the damage, but that was painful, or not painful, but that cost me. All right, 1d6, come on. Okay, thank God. But I have to evade, man. I need this. I need this. Damn it. Oh, no, I meant parry. I said evade. I tried to parry. So I failed. So I take 5 damage. I'm down to 7. I wonder if I was doing that wrong. But I do get to attack, I think, no matter what. I believe. I think I might have done that wrong. I'm going to look that up. Yeah, I wonder if I did that wrong the first combat, but I do get to attack. So I'm going to roll my 2d6. Oh, God. There's no critical. I wish there was, but I hit him. So I'm going to do that tracker. So I'm up to 4 bleed trackers. We're going to clear the table. Come on, big bucks. 4, not bad. So he's down to 10. I'm down to, he's down to 10. I'm down to 7 health. I don't have any way to give myself more health. So let's keep going. One. However, I don't think, and this is where I just keep screwing up, I feel like I didn't take this down. I think I'm at 3. God, now I'm like, did I screw that up again? I don't know. No, that's going to be down to 4. It costs 3. I just don't remember if I did it the last time. I'll get better at this over time. All right, so it's his turn. 4, still Wind Fist, so we're going to parry. So we're successful. Great. And now we're going to use, let me just make sure I do this so I don't forget. I'm just beating myself up. I wonder if I did forget. All right, we're going to attack him. We did hit. Excellent. And now let's do the damage. And I'm going to add that last bleed token. So I've got 5. The next one does 6 damage to him. So what does this do? 4. So he's down to 6. I need to last one more round. Yeah, let's do his number 2. You know what? I'm going to evade because that's going to cost me 1 of each. But I'm trying to make it to the round where I can get that bleed token. I don't know if this is smart. So I'm going to evade. I need a 5. Okay, I evade. I'm down to 0. This is no bueno. So we need to do his free attack. All right, so it does 5 damage. So I'm down to 2. I'm down to 2, but I get back my 8 stamina. But now he's back. What does he do? All right, his wind gust. I have to parry. I've got to parry, but this has to succeed. This has to succeed. Oh my God, yes, it does succeed. So I'm going to take this down to 5. Come on, please hit, please hit. I've got to hit. Got to get above an 8. Yes, 10, 8. So that does it. I add the bleed token, so he automatically takes 6 damage, and I kill him. Oh my God, that was epic. I might have given myself 1 extra attack. I just don't know. But I'm victorious, and I defeated the Sorrow Squall. So I'm going to look. So before I forget, I'm going to put all my stats back to the current, because after your battle, you get to do this. So 2020, I think that's all right. Yep. Okay. So let's jump to 207. The creature explodes into curling wisps of mist. As your eyes settle once again on the ruined hall, you spot the ghost boy watching you in silence. He nods, then points to the ground beneath his feet. He says something, but his words are swept away by the keening wall of the cold wind. Then he vanishes. You stride over to the area that he indicated and soon notice the shallow grooves of a loose stone, half set among the raised blocks of a hearth. Using your weapon as a lever, you pry the stone free, revealing a hidden cavity. Nestled inside are 2 stone objects. The first, a sculpted feather glowing with the same radiance that clung to the ghostly child. The second, a circular talisman formed from the coiled body of a carved snake. You may now take all of the following items. Oh, hell yeah. A Warden Charm. So let me write these down. I'm definitely taking them both. Warden Charm. And that is talismans. I'm going to have to look these up. Talisman. And then +2 health. So I think I can activate only 1 at a time. And I put them down here probably. So I'm going to have to look at that. I don't know if it goes in my inventory or just in the talisman, or if you can wear more than 1 or 2. I don't know. So +2 health, warded blow to barter. Can't tell if my music is going at all. Let me make sure I didn't do, yes, good, stream friendly. Oh well. And stone feather. So I'm going to put that a little bit further down my inventory so you can see it. Stone, and I might have to look these up before the next stream. Type special. A glowing stone fragment. Warded blow, 3 spirit And then I can't see what that says. Once per combat, raise your armor by 3 for the current round and deal 1 damage to your opponent, ignoring armor. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I'm going to have to look those up after. And yeah, I think that's going to be a good place to start. I don't know why the music stopped, but I'm going to have to check with the guys. But anyway, let me see if I pause. Play again. Yeah, there we go. Oh, good. So I'm really anxious to flip it to 29 or 99, but that was 45 minutes. We beat the Sorrow Squall. We got some cool loot that I'm going to be looking up off stream. And I'll probably do the session 3 sooner than I did before, but I'd love any comments and let me know what you think, but I'm really enjoying this. Super fun so far. I'm going to make a note of the entry I'm on. In fact, I might just do that on my character sheet and at the top so I don't forget. Or you know what? I'll do it in my down here where I'm dealing with the combat. That worked pretty well. I liked keeping it in that tracker section, but I'm going to say current page 207, ready to move to 99. Awesome. That's it all. Thanks again for watching. Love any comments, any likes that you'd have if you want to keep following. But Sunfall Book 1, Episode 2 in the books. Appreciate everyone watching, and we will see you next time. Thanks all.